Hey guys, welcome to the fifth episode of the Bridge the Gap DFS channel. Wanted to talk to you guys today about a topic that is the most frustrating part about DFS. I like to joke that it's the bane of my existence, and that's what we're called variance. Variance has a lot to do with why I created this channel. I just would get really frustrated after a downswing and just not really know, like, is this typical? I don't have anyone else to talk to. I only have, a few friends that play DFS and not really at the level or the volume or the frequency that I like to play at. And you try to go to message boards and it's the same generic advice. I found some solace in reading poker books, and there's a lot of carryover for the swings in poker in DFS, but nothing is done exactly for DFS. So that's why I started this channel. So I've mentioned variance a couple times in a few of the first couple videos, and basically, I'll do the prototypical. Let's look up the Webster's dictionary. So basically, variance is the fact or quality of being different, divergent, or inconsistent. So inconsistent is the thing that I want to focus on. The other name that most people know variance by, that's a lot more common, is luck. Oh, I didn't win today, so-and-so got lucky. Oh, I won today, man, because I got lucky. There is some luck involved, but it's not necessarily, a rebound goes off to one player's hand to the other. That's a little luck. A guy caught a touchdown at the end of a game. That's not unlucky. The team was trying to score a touchdown at the end of the game. So like a lot of the time, if you're a big fan of boxing or MMA, so-and-so won on a lucky punch. It's like, was he trying to hit the guy in the head? Yes. Okay, well, he accomplished what he was trying to do, so it's not luck. So when something happens to me that is fortunate or unfortunate, I really like to refer to it more so as a variance than, oh, I got lucky. And there'll definitely be times you're going to get lucky. Someone hits a three at the end of the game in a blowout, and that helps you in NBA. That's lucky. Over the summer, PJ Tucker hit a three-pointer at the end of a Rockets playoff game, and that was a $300 negative swing for me. So, I could call that unlucky, but hey, it was just my day to take on the downside of variance. So, took a couple days in between recording videos because I wanted to build up more of a sample size for baseball. And baseball started off pretty good on our experiment here, but I wanted to show you guys the reality of a losing streak. So that's actually what we're going to take a look today. So that when you get discouraged or you feel like you're the only one who's not experiencing the screenshot life on Twitter and all the other websites that you subscribe to and everyone else wins but you, you can take solace in the fact of I lose all of the time. And this has been about a 2-week losing streak. And that's the type of losing streak that it seems to be getting on me the last month and a half or so. Is I'll have 3 days and everything will be rocking and rolling, and then everything goes to hell in a handbasket for about 2 weeks. And it's really frustrating. You start questioning your process. You start entering contests that you shouldn't be entering in. You're changing things up, and it's really frustrating. And so it's part of the reason I created this video series, is so that you guys can see some of the same things that trip me up and be able to have something else to fall back on other than feeling like you're the only person going through this. So we'll go ahead and take a look at our baseball results. So when we first started, everything was going pretty well. The only thing that really wasn't working was the mini max, the 150. And I told you guys, be careful. If you're not an experienced player with a sample size or the bankroll to enter in a contest like this, then you shouldn't be entering into this type of contest. Once you have shown, hey, consistent profits, that's why we have the levels. Start at level 1. If you're turning a $250 profit in the quarters, then you've proven that you have a big enough sample size and a good strategy that you can scale up and get better. And you really want to treat DFS like a business. Hey, I'm rolling out this product. Do I want to put all of my capital to make this product go, or do I want to do some test markets? There's a reason there's companies like Taco Bell. Before they roll out the cheese gordita crunch that everybody loves, they typically roll that out into college markets to see how it's going to perform. And if it's a product that sells well, then they'll do the grand rollout. And you should really treat DFS like that. Hey, you want to play hockey? Great, play hockey. but do it at the quarters so it doesn't kill your basketball and baseball profits. My favorite sport is football, and it's actually the only sport that I lost money on last year, which is totally ironic. But then again, that comes into play of, hey, it's not what you know, it's how you play the game. And a lot of the times I'm letting my emotions and what I think I know dictate how I play football. So this year in football, I'll actually be playing it more objectively and going by what the research and numbers say than subjectively of, oh, well, I know that Alvin Kamara is super good, so I'm going to play him 100%. And, he's got a great matchup week 1 against the Buccaneers. He'll probably do great, but not every play is going to pay off. Let's say he gets hurt in the first quarter. Well, you're going to be upset that you played him in every single one of your lineups. So we'll go ahead and get back to what we're looking at here from a baseball perspective. So outside of the mini-max, we'll just delete this temporarily. Everything was going okay. Classic, we're making money. These other categories take a little bit longer to pop. Satellites were going well. So we're basically breaking even on our tournament games, but our satellites were making us profitable. So this is the end of August. So we'll flash forward a couple weeks to where we're here after Labor Day, and things have just really gone poorly. The mini-max is still sucking. Winning 20% of the time, but the wins are small and the losses are bigger. Classic, we're basically up $5 from the initial update. Micro Boosters is turning around. Showdown's going well, but again, we're overall showing a loss in profit because of the winner-take-all and the 150s. Winner-take-alls are great. They take a little bit longer to pop, so you just got to be patient here. And then what was going well for satellites has virtually gone away because I've been chasing football satellites. So again, just because something's going well, you don't want to go overboard, and that's why we have the built-in thresholds for the levels so that you stay on the level and don't get too crazy and you can avoid the swings. Again, if we take out the 150, results actually look pretty good. We're actually showing a profit here, and that's including the winner-take-all losses, because the showdowns, which I said in the past video will start to pop, have started to pop. The micro boosters are going to be consistent, and you're going to win a couple bucks a day on those. You're not going to get rich on them, but they are a great way to pad your bankroll. And again, on the classic slates, we're basically holding our own. So we'll go and we'll take a look at the individual results, because this is what I really wanted to show you guys, is take a look at this downswing. So we'll just go ahead and scroll down just so we can just take a look at September only. So just in September, look at all of the red versus the green on here. So if we go ahead and I'm just going to slide this down, let's do an auto sum. So in the month of September, there have only been, that should have been a winner, 5 winning slates versus 16. So there's our number. So basically 5 out of 20 were winners, so our 25%. That's pretty consistent. But one of the things you need to focus on and why it's so important to stick to the levels is because look at these losses. They're pretty minor. Most of these losses don't equal the big pop that we had when we won $47. So this is probably going to show down. So we put in about $300 in play. So we've lost a ton to start the month, and we're only down $50. So again, you're learning, you're testing your strategy, and you're really building up that sample size that you can see, what this looks like long term, and are you doing the right things. The biggest theme that I want you guys to get from these videos is weather the storm and wait for the spikes. That's the best thing I've ever read on DFS, and that comes from Beep I'm a Jeep. But we'll scroll up a little bit more and just take a look. Way more red than green. Way more red than green. And that's going to happen. And most of these are small losses, small wins, small loss, small wins. But these are the big pops that you're waiting for. We'll cycle back over to our 150. And this is where it's going to be even more evident of why you need to be patient. Won it 3 times, or I shouldn't say I won it. I've had a profit 3 times. But the profits, you have to get close to winning this thing to be able to make it worth your while. And you can't have the confidence or the patience to do so without having the success at the other games. So as we continue to play the classic slates, again, we're only at $65 a profit, after a couple of weeks, but you can't look at it from that perspective. You have to frame it differently. Okay, so I'm up $65, which is 25% of the goal of where I want to be here at the 250 to level up to playing at $1. And this is something that I just hope you guys can get some value out of, because it's the number one thing that trips me up. College football DFS came back. I've never played it. I was super excited about it because I love college football DFS, and I've really put a dent in my bankroll because I have not followed this principle. I let the excitement get the best of me. I let success from other sports dictate how I played in that game, and did it under the guise of, well, I'm up so much in baseball, so it won't matter if I have a bad college football day. And in the grand scheme of things, that's true. But where that sucks is when you look at what you made for the week and what baseball contributed to do that, and how that was interfered with by a big loss on college football. So I'll talk about that more and show you real results and why it's so important to stick to the levels. But I really just wanted to focus on, hey, what is variance? How does it affect you? And what happens when I've been losing for 2 weeks straight and not making any money? I'm not getting the big pops and winning a bunch of money that it just seems like everybody else wins every day on Twitter but me. Twitter's not real life. There's a reason the election went the way that it did. If Twitter had a say, our lives would be, the reality of life would be a lot different than the way that it actually turns out. So get off of Twitter, get off of social media. It's a waste of time. And don't worry about variance. You'll overcome it. So that's it for this edition. We'll be back. And hopefully in a future video, we can see some upswings with baseball, and I can show you the reward of why you should be patient and hang in there. And when you're getting blitzed by variance, step into the pocket, find the open receiver, throw into the blitz, and the right things will start happening. Thanks for checking out the video. Follow me on Twitter @SwimJG. Email alldayjg@yahoo.com.